Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of No Prep, No Problem with your hosts, Daniel, Matt, and Scott.
Hello.
What's
Greetings.
up, guys? So if anyone doesn't know the rules for the show, basically one of the hosts comes up with a topic, and that host gives points to the other host. Whoever has the most points at the end of the show gets 30 seconds of free time, and they also get to choose the next topic for the next episode.
Nice.
So yeah, so just some quick rules right there. What's going on here? So I won the last episode, so today I'm the host and I chose a topic. You guys ready?
Lay it on me, man.
We are ready for the topic.
What do we got?
All right. Walking around with this in my ear. Is this really what I'm supposed to even hear? I have this iPod and I don't even know how to use it. Today we're talking about music. What is music? Who invented music? Is it fun? Today we're gonna find out.
All right, cool.
Music.
So we're talking music. All right. This is going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one, but it's such a broad topic. I mean,
Ooh, anything music is gonna be super fun.
anything music.
Where do you want us to start? That's the question.
Our favorite songs are like
Yeah, why don't we
bands
start with we'll start with Daniel and then go into Matt, and we're gonna start with genres, and then we can even go into like some songs from the genres. What's your favorite type of music? What do you listen to the most?
All right. So, let me find something real quick. My friends recently, very recently, so my wife and I were taking a car trip to go and visit all the grandmothers, to show off our little ones to the great grandmothers now. And one of my friends sent out a message to us, and he was like, "Hey, I want to make a playlist with everybody's like top 10 songs that like is them. Like these are the songs that are you, right?" And it's very hard if you sit down and you try to figure out like what 10 songs represent you the most. It's interesting. So now I'm trying to find that real quick. But I have a list of 10 songs that I just recently like put out that are like my 10 songs.
Perfect.
Is it in this
And
one?
and by the way, this was not pre-planned, guys. This just happened. So
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. I just
they
don't
did
know if
not
this
know
is
the
the right.
topic until you did.
Just don't know if this is the right thread. This is not the right thread. I have to find the right thread. Let's start with Matt. And then
Okay, yeah,
I'll
okay,
do
that's fine.
mine.
perfect.
Oh,
Because mine is much more easily findable. So I have a list on my computer of my top 10 bands, of my top 10 favorite bands. I have a list of my top 10 favorite songs. And I can list a few of my favorite genres, which I feel like my music is split into like kind of four big main categories. It's like a fourth of my music is like John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Howard Shore, like music, orchestral music from like movies. And that's like a fourth of my music. Another fourth is punk rock, like Green Day, Good Charlotte, My Chemical Romance, Simple Plan, Relent K, the Wonder Years, like a whole bunch of different punk rock music. A fourth of it is all anime J-pop, music you hear from, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, My Hero Academia, Seven Deadly Sins, and the like. And then the other fourth is, how do I say this? Like alternative rock, garage band-ish type rock / literally everything else. But I also have something that I created myself, which I call my music chronology project, which I love the idea, and I have the current versions in my I have CDs. I've made the final CDs of it right now that goes up to 2024, though I have my 2025 song, so I want to update that. But the idea of a music chronology project is you take your favorite song from the year that you were born. So I was born in 1990. So I pick that song. What's my favorite song that came out in the year 1990? And so for like mine was Wilson Phillips's "Hold On." Hold on for one more day.
One
That
more
song.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, so that song, because there was no other song that came out in 1990 that was good. So that was my favorite song in 1990. You
Wow,
then
that
take
was
your favorite song.
1990.
Yeah, so you take
I would
that
have thought
song.
80s.
No, yeah, no. So you take that song, and then you go, okay, what's my favorite song that came out in 1991, 1992, 1993, etc., all the way up to today? And then you create that list, and then you take that list and you get all those songs and you buy all those MP3s or whatever, and you make CDs off of those, and then you can play the CDs like in the car or whatever. But the idea of the project is that you get to see with this project the full evolution of your musical choices like through your life, and you get to see like how your music tastes have changed through your own personal life, but you also get to see how music has evolved over time, like in society.
I
Nice.
like it.
That's
pretty
your
cool.
beautiful mind showing right there, Matt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's quite impressive.
All right, so I found my list of 10 songs. Do you guys want my 10 songs?
I would love your 10 songs.
Yes.
Okay. So the first one is Over the Seas by Ailstorm. Now, have you guys heard of Ailstorm?
Maybe
It's Scottish
it sounds
pirate metal.
vaguely familiar.
They do Scottish pirate metal. So of course it's just this guy screaming to a microphone at, this most metal thing, singing about pirates, just in general. Like every single one of their songs is amazing. They also have Wenches and Mead is another fantastic song of theirs. My next, okay, I'll go through this real quick. The next one is Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. Don't
Oh yes.
stop me from
Stop me
having a
now,
good time.
having such a
Um,
good time.
And then of course there's Aqua, Dr. Jones. So did you guys know the band Aqua?
Yeah,
the-
they did Barbie
Exactly.
Girl or
They did
whatever.
Barbie Girl. Yep. Long story behind that, my sister had that cassette back in the day, and we listened to that over and over in the car.
Not to show our age or anything. Wow.
And then there is Touchtone Telephone by Lemon Demon. You guys would probably recognize Lemon Demon from their most famous work, The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, which was a flash video that came out back when we were in like middle school, high school. It starts with Godzilla hopping around Tokyo City like a big playground.
Mhm.
And I'll put links to all these
Chuck
things.
Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris descended. There's Seal, Kiss from a Rose. Who doesn't love a good Seal song?
Dude, what a good song.
There's this weird song called Bubble Tea by Dark Cat. I don't know. It's something I found long ago. There's another one.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. There's another one, another random one called Addict. It's like a Has Been Hotel music video. Have you guys seen or heard of Has Been Hotel? I know you have, Scott, because I talked about it for quite a long time. It's an animation about angels and demons that Amazon Prime funded, backed.
Yes,
Like the original one was put on YouTube, but there's a music video that someone made for it. There's another song called Phoenix. I have to remember who it's done by. Neutrum and Halvorsen. I don't know. These will all be in the description. Anyways, it's a fantastic song. And then my last song is The Weeknd, Blinding Lights.
Oh,
that was
what
9.
A good song.
That was 9. There's
Dude.
one more. I missed this one. Peter Gabriel's Salisbury Hill. So if you listen to all of these songs, that is like the essence of Daniel. And it's every genre, but most of them are very upbeat, right? Because I like upbeat things. I don't want to be slowed down. I don't want to be, going, listen to like chamber music or something. I need upbeat music because that's just, I live my life way too fast.
Sure, that's fair.
So what about you, Scott?
So I first of all, before I start into mine, I want to say I'm gonna give out some points.
Yeah.
So Matt got 5 points for mentioning Green Day. I was a huge fan when when I was a kid. It's 20 years ago. I haven't really, listened
Who
to them
didn't
much
enjoy
since,
a good song of Boulevard of Broken Dreams, right?
Broken Dreams, right?
Oh, an American Idiot.
Nice.
What else?
And so Matt's 5 points for Green Day. We're also going to give him 5 points for very unique songs. These aren't very mainstream songs, very cool. Same for you, Daniel. You're getting 5 for that as well. And then Daniel, you're also getting 5 for mentioning Seal. It's awesome. So 10 to 10 right now. Just Heads up, boys.
Did you guys have you guys ever heard of Aziz Ansari? He's a comedian.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
He apparently
No.
did a charity thing, and he was opening for Seal. So his bit, because he's a comedian, right? His bit was he got on stage
Yeah.
and he started singing "Kiss from a Rose," and like after a few words, he'd like stop and be like, "Wait, Seal's actually here now." Oh, that's fine. I'm going to keep singing my version of this. It's better. And he kept going and going. It was so cringy sounding. And he retells this as another bit. And he's like, yeah, I let it go for way too long. It is fantastic. Anyways, back to your songs.
What a guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the cliche card. I like all types of music, kind of like what Daniel said. Like if I vibe with it, it sounds good, I dig it. It doesn't always have to be upbeat, but most of the time it is. Be a little more specific, I would say the three main genres that I listen to, my favorite that I always have listened to, rap, country, and then rock. If we're gonna go country specifically, it was a lot of 90s country, early 2000s country.
Mhm.
That was like, country's so great because it has meaning to it. You know what I mean? It's like you can really paint a picture with it. It's awesome. And then as far as rock, I listen to a lot of like 70s and 80s rock. I guess what you call classic rock now. So AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, things in that.
Does that mean that like the Guardians of the Galaxy album is just like right up your alley, the first one?
Never heard it.
Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Never seen it.
Oh my god, dude. I feel like you would absolutely
love the
be
soundtrack.
in love with the soundtrack of that movie. The first one had such an amazing soundtrack.
Okay, yeah.
Here.
It's definitely a movie I've meant to check out for years, but yeah. What do we have on this old soundtrack?
Come and get your love.
Yeah, Volume 1 soundtrack.
Come and get your love.
Cola. You remember when Pepsi did that commercial years ago? Where it was like, "Come and get your."
And Scott, there's different volumes of the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. It's like
There are, because every
mixtape,
volume
Guardians of the Galaxy
is
Volume 1.
Yeah, for the first movie, second movie, third movie. Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede, Spirit in the Sky, Fool Around and Fell in Love, Go All the Way, Come and Get Your Love, Not Your Love, I Want You Back, Escape, which apparently is the Pina Colada song. I didn't know that was the name of that. If you like pina coladas. Anyways, Cherry
that's
Bomb,
the
Oh
title.
Child,
Okay.
Ain't Mountain High Enough. Like, these are all just such amazing songs.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty strong soundtrack there. And then another big thing, like genre was rap. I love rap. My favorite rappers of all time, Lil Wayne and Mac Miller. I've been listening to Lil Wayne since I was a kid. He was, I don't know, 16, 17 years old, whatever, back then. So I've been listening to him for many, many years. Love him. He's my favorite. To me, he has the best lyrics. Like his wordplay is crazy. Like if you seriously like, dude, there's times where I've listened to his music and then like 5 years later, I listened to the song and something clicked and I was like, oh, that's what that means. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. The guy's like a walking dictionary. A big one was Mac Miller. Been listening to him. Me and he would be around the same age. We were around the same age. Been listening to him since before he even got big. So I was in high school. And that was, by the way, that was very, very tough when he passed away years ago. That was a very tough one for me. In fact, I like him so much. I got a small tattoo in remembrance of him.
Oh.
I'll show it. So
Of which one?
So Mac Miller, his squad was called Most Dope, and their logo was a thumbs up, and I got the exact thumbs up.
Nice.
See it there. So I got that for him shortly after he passed away. But yeah, man, he did a lot. Like he did a lot for me as far as like his music meant so much to me. Especially so he was always known. I don't know how much you guys know about Mac Miller, but when he started off very young, he was more of like they consider it frat rap, where it was like very upbeat and stuff like that, and that was great and everything. That's what I think what got us all listening in the first place. He was always upbeat and stuff. And then in 2013, he dropped an album called "Watching Movies with the Sound Off." And that is one of my favorite albums ever. It was so good, but the thing about it was such a different type of music by him. So he was going through some stuff at the time, broken heart, etc. You could tell the album was just different from anything he ever did. It was dark. It was like kind of depressing. And normally I'm not into depressing stuff. Whenever I first discovered the album was about a year after it came out. And at that time, I was going through like the same type of stuff. So it really just, I don't know, I guess it just resonated with me. And it was like, wow, like, someone else is going through the same stuff I'm going through. And it was, but dude, the music was just great. Mac Miller, Wayne, those were my favorites. Yeah, by far.
I have never even heard of Mac Miller.
Me
Really?
neither. Me neither.
I don't
Never
know the
even heard of
names.
him.
I might have
Yeah.
heard his songs, but I wouldn't know him by name, and I wouldn't know his songs by name either. I have a hard time remembering names, just in general. So
Okay. So
looking him up, and
he,
it's like, oh, he was, a couple years, couple years younger than us.
yeah,
And
I think he was a year or two younger than us. Yeah.
yeah, he was 92. He was born in
Hmm.
92,
Early 92. Yep.
January 19th, and then he passed
Yep.
September 7th in 28. Or sorry, in 2018.
18. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was some bullshit too. So you guys don't know anything about that, then don't even
No,
know Mac Miller.
was he a rapper?
Yes.
He was a rapper.
Okay.
He was a
Yeah.
like a young white rapper. When he passed away, it was an accidental overdose. So he
Okay.
thought he was getting painkillers, but come to find out, the guy sold him fentanyl, and he didn't know it. So it was accidental, and they just found him dead next morning or whatever. And then the guy that did it, that sold him the stuff, he got arrested, and I think he's already out, man. Like it's crazy, like the small amount of time he
He
got,
served an
but
unknown sentence and was released from prison on October 11th last year. So he
yeah,
just
he
got out.
just, yeah. So, I mean, I think he did maybe it was like 5, 6, 7 years, which is crazy that that's all he got. And I don't know the whole thing if the guy that sold it knew it was fentanyl or it didn't. I have no idea. But either way, like he took a very, very important part of my life, and I know a lot of others. I know, like, and this is crazy that I'm hearing you guys have never even heard of him before, but just because of how like loved he was, and he was very
Well,
popular.
well, for like me on my end, like rap is the only genre I personally can't really do. Like I don't listen to rap at all because I'm a composer. Like I've written over 100 songs soundtrack, all instrumental for my
Mhm.
action epic that I've been writing. And so like because my music is so orchestral and the beat structure of rap is so like opposite, like an orchestral beat structure, just beat structure wise, I have difficulties listening to rap. So I just don't listen to rap because
Sure.
it conflicts with the way I hear music. Not to say that rap isn't a good medium to share stories and share music. I just don't know Lil Wayne just because I'm not well versed in the rap artists.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, he dated Ariana Grande. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. They dated for several years and stuff. I miss Mac, and then still listen to Wayne. I'm not listening to a ton of new music now. Like really all the music I'm currently listening to is still from 2016, 17. Another rapper that I really like, 21 Savage. He's good. I like him.
That's a name I've
Um,
heard.
yeah, I'm sure y'all have heard of him. He's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
so
recognize him. Wait, no, that's not the same guy.
he's got like the dagger on his
Yeah, on his
forehead
forehead.
tattooed.
What's the
Yeah,
name? What's the name?
21
21
Savage.
Savage. 21,
Okay,
21,
I
21.
don't know. Okay, I don't know 21 Savage. I know 21 Pilots.
21 yes, 21 Pilots, yes. They had a couple catchy songs in there for
Oh, they're the
probably a year
same
or
thing.
two. No, no, no. Way different. Yeah, yeah. 21 Savage is like street rap, and then 21 Pilots is like pop, I guess you'd call that pop.
Upbeat pop.
Um very, yeah. Couple good songs in there.
Yeah, and see, I don't listen to a lot of rap either. I've heard Eminem, 50 Cent. I listen to some of their stuff. Machine Gun
Two
Kelly, I
good
listen
ones
to some of his
there.
stuff. Of course, Mike Shinoda. These are
Yeah,
all
Mike
like
Shinoda.
it's very rare that I actually know artists' names. So like if I know them, I know at least one song by them that I really enjoy, but that's usually just like the one song I enjoy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 5 points for mentioning Shinoda because that makes me think of Linkin Park, and I did want to share this that I believe it was the year 2000, we were like nine, maybe almost 10 years old. They dropped an album called Hybrid Theory, and I remember getting the CD for Hybrid Theory and just listening to it on repeat for I all day long for I couldn't tell you how long. So yeah, I was a huge Linkin Park fan. Like I'm still a Linkin Park fan. I listened to it way more when I was younger. I was just a little kid listening to all that stuff, but it was really cool because Hybrid Theory, it took rock and then it took rap and they kind of combined it, and it was amazing. It just worked.
Oh man. Okay. I could never remember the name of this album, but seeing it, it's like I remember seeing this album. I remember
Yeah.
the songs
So
on it.
right. So it was In the End was on that one.
Yep.
One of their most popular songs ever, and then one of my favorite songs by Linkin Park ever, One Step Closer.
Yeah.
Amazing album. I mean, it's crazy. And I think my buddy Daniel knows him. Matt, you will when you move down this way. I think he was telling me a while back that something about the album dropped in like 2000, and it's still to this day like the highest like selling or highest rated or highest selling album since then, within the past quarter of a century. You know,
You
um,
mean just of theirs or just in general?
yeah, I think in general it was it was, I forget the exact fact, but it was like a top seller, most listened to, or something like that. Whatever it was very impressive.
Which album?
It was a Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. Okay.
Apparently, the number one best-selling album is Thriller by
Thriller.
Michael
Well,
Jackson.
I think since 2000, I would say,
Let's see.
Since
because it
2000.
dropped in 2000. And what was Thriller? 85,
Thriller came out in 82.
82. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. Has over 40 million copies sold. Let's see. Let's go down because I did find Hybrid
40
Theory.
million.
Yeah. Hybrid Theory has between 20 and 29 million copies sold. Came out
Gosh.
in 2000. Total certified copies, which I don't know what that means, is
I don't know.
17.2, but then the claimed sales are 25, I guess 25 million. So like that
Wow.
is insane. Like for them to have that
That's
many.
crazy.
And yeah,
One album.
Yeah.
that doesn't put it in the top 10, but definitely puts it in the top 100.
Okay,
Like,
but I might be. It may have been some other fact I can't remember.
but dude, like that's still, and it might have been for that genre because like different
It
genres
may
and
have
everything,
been,
right?
yeah.
For like the reported sales, Thriller, AC/DC's Back in Black, Whitney Houston's Bodyguard, like all of
It's
those
funny.
are in the 40 some odd millions. Michael Jackson actually
Whitney
had 70
Houston.
million.
It was
So,
funny.
like-
Michael Jackson is actually a chronology project.
Pink Floyd Dark Side of
This
the Moon
was.
had 45 million copies sold.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised on that
I
Actually,
one.
never heard
what's-
anything Floyd.
What's interesting is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these albums that were out of the top 10 that have over 40 million copies sold were from the 70s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And can we take a moment to appreciate that, because you got to think back then it wasn't like, oh, let me just get on Apple or Spotify. You when you were buying like an album, you were going to the store, you were buying a cassette or a CD, you know what I mean,
Or an
or
8-track, a
8-track,
vinyl. Actually, back then it would have been vinyl. So
That probably
like,
would have been vinyl, yeah.
Yeah.
So
but also
how
like
impressive is that?
it is impressive, but also think about how many times people have rebought those exact same soundtracks because they bought it
Oh,
on
sure.
vinyl, then they bought it on a cassette, then they bought it on 8-track, then they bought it on CD, then they bought it, on Spotify or Apple Music
How
or
many
whatever.
times
Right?
they bought it
Exactly.
again? They bought it on CD, and then their CD broke, and then they bought another CD.
Yeah, or
Right,
something
but
like
still,
that.
that's impressive, because that's saying that you can't live without this music. Like if the CD breaks,
You
you're
burn
buying
the
another one
CD,
immediately.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So
also, unfortunately, it does skew those numbers in my opinion. Because
It-
while
it
those are
does a bit.
fantastic albums, it's like, oh, I had to rebuy it because my technology's been updated. It's like that's not necessarily a bad thing because, like you said, they want that music, but it also, to me, that
Mhm.
skews the numbers because it's like, okay, well, how many times has that actually been sold to a single person, right? Because while it
Yeah.
has like Michael Jackson's Thriller album has 70 million reported sales, how many times did a single person buy that exact same album?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
maybe it was.
also, this doesn't even account for people for things like Spotify, where I can just go and type it in and listen to it. That's just one.
String. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just one sale of that recording, and yet I know I've listened to the Thriller album a bunch, but I've never once owned it.
Right. It's
Yeah.
same here. So
YouTube
so then
playlist.
maybe that kind of
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's very, very impressive. Is there any music like? I know, Matt, you said that you don't really do rap. Is there any other music you guys just don't do, or
Screamo.
do you think
Oh,
primo?
it's Screamo. I don't
Yeah.
do Screamo.
Okay,
I
could you explain
Screamo.
what
No.
is primo?
I'll do metal. Well, certain instrumental only though.
Yeah. So
What
like
kind of metal?
that's
Daniel first.
you. No, you first. You said it.
So I do I love like metal covers of like certain songs. So it's like metal covers of like video game soundtracks. Like that's really cool. Like there's a really great one by it's something like Jake Skapansky. I can't remember the last name, but he does a really great metal cover of Fungi Forest from Donkey Kong 64. And it's a very like positive, uplifting, thing, but it's like metal. And there's like all different types of other just metal music, metal covers of like Brian the Sun's Heroes from My Hero Academia. Like there's a lot of great metal covers of things where you can take metal and have a positive spin to it. The best metal cover artist out there, I would say, is Gabe Ocarina 96. Gabe Ocarina 96 is like a little Canadian guy. He's like probably like 20 now or something, and he has a mess load of videos of nothing but instrumental metal covers of everything from Mario, Donkey Kong, Metroid Prime, you name it, every video game under the sun. On his bedroom wall, it's nothing but Zelda posters and Nintendo posters and everything. Like he's great. So Gabe Ocarina 96, if you want to check out some really awesome metal instrumental music, check that out. But like if I were to go to listen to like actual metal rock, like I wouldn't like it.
Do you remember when the Metroid game came out for GameCube?
Metroid Prime 1 in 2002?
Yes. Do you remember when I sent you a link on YouTube, some random YouTube video where someone had made Metroid metal covers of all those songs? Did you ever listen to that? Because back then you didn't seem interested.
I don't remember from a million years ago.
Should I try to find that again and send it to you?
Try to find it and resend it to me, because back then my music taste had not yet hit that point. But now it has. And I probably have some of them on my list already. There's a really great one of Federana Drifts, and I have that. There's a metal cover of that's really, really good.
Well, I Googled Metroid Metal, and there's actually a site, metroidmetal.com, that all it is just the songs that I guess someone has made metal versions of. I would listen to it, but it would mess up the recording. Because I'm like, I can't remember if this is it or not, but I think it is.
Yeah, it's just metal covers of...
Anyways, so back to Screamo. I don't know if that's actually the official like name of that genre, but it's the people who goes into the microphone just over and over again. And
you said Screamo. I thought you said Primo.
No, Screamo.
Oh,
and I'm like,
sorry.
I can't.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, no. That's not something I can really get behind. Like, I've gone to a couple. One of our friends is actually in a band, and I wouldn't call it Screamo. They have a couple of songs that get right on the edge for me, but they're more punk stuff.
Is that? I know who you're talking about. I didn't realize that the genre is like you would say punk. Okay.
I think that's what he calls it. I've been to a few of their concerts and I enjoyed myself, but when the entire like audience is in a mosh pit just slamming into each other at the very front of the stage, it's an experience. Yeah, I had a lot of fun every time I've gone to one of those. That style of music, it's like I can't understand the words. Right?
Yep.
They have great beats, but unfortunately it's covered up by someone screaming so loud into a microphone that all I get is the microphone feedback to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I can't hear the rhythms or anything from the music. All I hear is I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know why you're saying it. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's not quite as bad, but
that was kind of disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to take a couple seconds to mosh around for a second?
What does mosh around mean?
Oh God, there goes my headphones.
Mosh, dude.
Okay, like when your headphones do this and they go like completely flat, that's probably a bad sign. I need to get some new headphones. I literally have them taped up. They almost fell off just now.
That was a test, by the way. You guys both got 5 points for being willing to mosh on a drop of a hat. So,
dude,
thank you.
When a mosh pit breaks out, I'm right there, center stage beating the crap out of the youngest and smallest people there.
Totally. So here's my take on Screamo music. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
I don't like Screamo music at all. The only way I could possibly enjoy Screamo is you have to do it artistically. And what I mean by that,
they're trying to do that every time, Matt.
Let me explain. Only time that I think that I've enjoyed hearing an artist scream into the microphone in any regard is one of the songs from my music chronology project is from Aerosmith. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. That song.
I miss you, Matthew.
And towards the end of that song, he does that line where he goes, "And even when I dream of you," like he really screams it. Then
I
he comes
did.
right back into it. I love that one line because that one, like, that's okay because then he just does it for one line. It's kind of a struggle, and then he comes right back into it with a very sweet, "A Spanish dream will never do," and then he just keeps going. Like, that's fine. If you want to have it like as a sprinkle in your song, I like it as a sprinkle. But like that's all. If you take the bag of sprinkles and you dump it onto your cake, which is what screamo music is, I don't like it.
So you would never listen to Thunderstruck.
Oh, that one I do like.
Dude,
That's
that
a great
song is
example. That's a great
dude, that
example.
song shreds, dude.
Oh, now here's a question. Have you ever heard Thunderstruck played by two cellos?
No.
Oh
No.
my
Have
god!
you
I will
ever-
send
I
you
don't know
guys
if
a
I would
link.
like that.
I'll
Have
link
you-
it. I'll link it underneath as well, so that way other people can hear it. But I think it's the two cellos, where they play Thunderstruck, and it's so fucking good.
Dude,
So-
that song is awesome.
You haven't lived until you see two guys playing Thunderstruck on a couple of cellos.
That's very impressive.
By the time they're done, like all the strings, kind of like I'm watching. Oh, what's his name? The guy who plays the violin. Devil Went Down to Georgia. You would know the song. You would know the artist.
Oh, Charlie Daniels?
Yes. When Charlie Daniels is playing it, if you actually watch, like, as he's playing it, all the strings from his bow and his violin just keep breaking. Like, he has to get several of them, or I don't know if he does it anymore, but, like, he has to get several, like, bows throughout his concerts. And it's just like, holy crap.
That's impressive.
It is, but, like,
he can shred like that.
yeah, and watching these guys play their cellos, like, they do the same thing because they're getting so into it, and they're, like, hitting their cellos to, like, make the thumping sounds and such. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you guys see it sometime.
That one I know of. The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That one I know of.
So, and what was he looking for?
What was who
What?
looking for? The devil?
looking
He was
for a
going
soul
down
to
to looking for a
steal.
soul seal.
Soda
He was in a
Steel.
bind. He was way behind.
bind.
He was willing to make a deal.
Willing to make a deal. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I've got some points to give out. Daniel, you just got 5 points for what you just said. You did finish the lyrics there. That was awesome. Daniel, you get 5 points for bringing up the song "Thunderstruck" by AC/DC. Is one of my favorites. You silly goose.
Yes.
And then you guys both got 5 points for moshing. That was pretty cool.
Of
Um,
course.
Matt, you're getting 5 points for D&D Thunderstruck. That was really, really cool. And you're also getting, Matt, you're also getting 5 points for the you hit the high note on the Aerosmith song. Don't want to close my eyes.
Yeah.
So that was I'm impressed. Whatever. So yeah, those are some points there. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I have a question for everyone, actually.
What's your question?
Sure.
What is everyone's number one favorite song of all time?
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yep.
See,
It's either really easy or really hard.
it's really hard. Like, I gave you guys my list at the very beginning of, like, my top 10 songs that, like, represent me, but I really don't know what my favorite song is. It's really hard
Come
for me to
on.
say.
Give us a few that might be in the running.
No,
I already gave you my
that's
10.
wrong. No, Daniel.
Oh,
no,
come
no,
on.
no, that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Give me some.
No, you have literally told me your favorite song of all time. You have.
And I've probably changed about 6 times on what that is.
Daniel, what's going on here?
Fine. Can I say
this
what
really
you
about?
told me is your favorite, and then
Yes.
you can tell me where it is on your list now?
Okay, what is my favorite song?
You told me within the past couple of years, wasn't anything like long ago, that your favorite song of all time was "Dancing in the Moonlight."
Oh,
Yes. Warm and bright.
see, but that's the thing though. It's like that is it is definitely the top 10, but I don't know if I can call it my favorite song. Because while Dancing in the Moonlight is a fantastic song, like it's something that's very special to me. It means a lot. Another song that's very special to me that means a lot that has also hit that top 10 is Something Just Like This by Chainsmokers. But that is not on my top 10 list of
Oh,
songs,
right.
even though
like that song, yeah.
that song, that was mine and my wife's first dance song was Something Just Like This, right? Whereas, Dancing in the Moonlight is also a song that I absolutely, anytime it comes on, I grab her and I dance with her because it's such an amazing like song to dance to. But I can't say that is my number one song anymore because I have so many songs that are just right on level with it. But you're not wrong. I did say that, and for a while it was my favorite song.
There you go. I just wanted to make sure that I remember that.
So wait, what is your favorite song, Scott?
My favorite song would have to be it is a song called "I'm Not Real." It is off of that Mac Miller album I was telling you about earlier. Watching
Okay.
movies with the sound off.
I'm Not Real?
I'm Not Real.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it is, dude, it is so awesome. When he wrote this album, he was going through heartbreak, he was going through a tough time, and in this song, the first verse is very, very down, depressing, and then after the hook and you get to the second verse, then it flips. It's basically saying like, okay, I'm gonna be good. Let me do my thing, kind of thing. It's hard to explain, but anyway, it goes from first verse being like sad, depressed, down, and then the second verse is like more upbeat, like I got this. I love the song. It's amazing. It's chopped and screwed, and I believe it was they call it that because DJ Screw back in I believe the '90s was the first to really do that. I might be completely wrong on that, so don't take my word for it. But that's what I've always heard. Like obviously, it sounds like Mac Miller, but it's just I've always liked that effect in music. It was, used to be very popular. But dude, amazing song. I love it. I would recommend it. I would recommend the entire album. And maybe I like it so much because, like I said, I was dealing with some stuff when I heard that album, and maybe it was the whole misery loves company thing, where someone's going through some stuff too. But that would be if I had to say my favorite song, I would say that.
I went ahead and looked up Chopped and Screwed. It is a technique pioneered by DJ Screw in the
Let's
80s and
go.
90s. So
Okay,
five
I
points
was
to
thinking
you.
it could have been '80s as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
So five
yes,
points to
5 points
you.
for me. Shout out DJ Screw, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that song,
Apparently,
but I'll have to listen to it now.
so the technique screwed refers to slow down the tempo of a song, often to 60 to 70 beats per minute, and then chopped involves using a DJ technique like skipping beats, record scratching, stop time to create a chopped up or looped effect.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's crazy, dude. You guys will have to listen to something like that. I'm a rap fan. I know you're not mad. I know you don't like it a ton, Daniel. So I don't know if you guys really appreciate it or like it, but yeah, it's up right up my alley.
so very similar to you, I appreciate all music. There's some music that I will not listen to. Just like anything in my life, I try to give everything a try at least once with very specific examples. But I'll try pretty much anything once. So like
Right.
listening to any kind of music. If a friend shows me a song or whatever, I'm gonna listen to it, and I'll determine after the fact whether I like it or not. But
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to listen to it again if you don't want, as
exactly.
long as you're
But
giving it a try.
I'm not going to be offended by it. Kind of like car rules, right? Whoever's driving, their focus
They
is
get
on the road. Navigator, their focus is making sure that they get where they're supposed to go. Who gets control of the music?
passenger.
Passenger. Navigator controls the
Yeah.
music, but always driver has veto power. But like if I'm in the car with
Well,
someone and
100%.
they're listening to something, they're listening to their music, they enjoy it. It's like, cool, listen to your music. I'll listen to it too. Even if I absolutely hate
Yeah.
a song, I'll be like, hey, can we skip this one? And if they're like, nah, I'm gonna listen to it, I'm like, all right. It is
Oh,
what it
see, I
is.
wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even ask to skip. I would just like deal. That's just me. I would just deal with it because it's
I'd
like, hey,
stop
it's
the
their car or
car.
whatever.
Right? But
Yeah,
here's the thing though, it never hurts to ask,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know.
Well, I don't know. You don't want to offend someone when they're driving you in their car, listening
Oh,
to
I
their music.
I have no problem offending someone. It's like, hey, you have crap taste in music. Can we listen to something else, please?
See, and that's the thing. I think that's what's so great about music. Matt can think something's great and I don't, and vice versa. Like, who am I to say someone has bad taste in music? You know what I mean? Because they could say the same thing about me because music is so different, dude.
There is no
There's
bad
just
taste in music. It's just we all have different taste in music.
Correct.
That from
yes,
us, it
that's
may
5 points,
look
bud.
from my perspective like you might have bad taste for music if you're someone who likes nothing but rap, and I don't like rap. That doesn't mean you have bad taste in music. You just have different tastes than I do.
Exactly. 5 points for that, man. That's very I agree with that. For sure, like, I've said like, oh man, that's a bad song or whatever, this and that. But honestly, when you think about it, it really is like that, man. Someone might like to wear khakis and someone might not like khakis, and then it's like who's right?
To throw an old
Like
adage
Yeah.
out there, different strokes for different folks.
for different
Yes,
folks.
different strokes for different folks. That's a good song, actually. Oh yeah.
It was a very good
So
TV show.
very good TV show. My number one favorite song of all time. It's odd. I actually have four, but what I mean by that is
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
It is one. It is one, but it technically was four. What I mean by that is
Hmm.
my number one favorite song of all time started out as The Circle of Life from The Lion King when I was a kid, when I was like 7. And then that was my number one favorite song of all time for my whole life until I was like 18. And then Bon Jovi and Jennifer Nettles' version of Who Says You Can't Go Home came out. And that became my number one favorite song of all time. And then The
Wow.
Greatest Showman came out. And A Million Dreams, the film version of A Million Dreams, that became my number one favorite song of all time. And then that remained my number one favorite song of all time until I heard my current number one favorite song of all time, which is Retro Oceans by Fax, which is a very independent, like, Canadian band that they only ever really made one hit, which was Retro Oceans. And it's a phenomenal song. It starred Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, who plays Mike Wheeler in Stranger Things. It was his first ever film debut, and it was pre-Stranger Things. And he plays the like 10-year-old boy version of like the 35-year-old singer, because he's going back to when him and the girl that he's now with were like little kids, and they were running around the beach and playing in the sand and such. And so Finn Wolfhard is in it. The music is awesome. The music video is that of like an 80s, 90s music video. The drums are fantastic. It has my number one favorite drum solo of all time in it. It has my number one favorite guitar riff of all time in it. The melodies, all of it. It's an amazing, amazing song. Like you were highly recommending your okay song. Definitely, I highly recommend Retro Oceans by Fax. It's awesome.
Now, the most epic soundtrack I've ever heard is Epic the Musical. It is a musical adaptation
I knew you were going to go there.
Homer's Odyssey. It is fantastic. No, it actually is a really fantastic soundtrack. I think, didn't I mention it to you recently, Scott? The Epic soundtrack? Oh, he lost his ears. Can you hear me now?
Was that to me? I dropped my AirPods.
Yeah, it was. Didn't I mention the Epic soundtrack to you, Scott? Just yesterday or the other day?
I think so, yeah.
It's the Odyssey, and this guy he
Oh,
made it for a
yes.
college project.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I need
awesome.
to post that still for you guys to listen to, but that is
So
definitely one of the most epic soundtracks I've ever heard.
When you say, "Hey guys, what's the most epic soundtrack I've ever heard?" I knew you were going to go Epic the Musical. That's like what other segue could you possibly do?
The soundtrack to an epic. No, very nice.
Right.
I'm trying to think the most epic soundtrack I've ever listened to.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, hands down.
Well, when I think epic, though,
strong.
when I think epic, I only think instrumental. Star Wars or Jurassic Park, like something epic, something grandiose.
Beethoven, Volume 1.
Yeah. Who you calling Bay?
Hey, if it's not Bach, then it's Beethoven, right? Or Chopin? Or
yeah.
Are any of these landing? Do you guys know who any of these guys are?
I mean, I know they're like super old people from like a million years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the music is old from hundreds of years ago.
If you don't hit up the classicals every now and then, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to.
The Moonlight Sonata.
It started it all.
Yeah, basically. Wait, hang on. So we're talking music, but here's the real question. Can either of you play an instrument well?
No.
I'm going to put yes with quotes around that. I can play the key. So my father played the keyboard, harmonica, and trumpet by ear. He self-taught himself how to read sheet music. I myself can play the keyboard, but I cannot read sheet music. So I can only play by ear. I can listen to something and I can play it pretty fast. So I know how to play the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I know how to play like a lot of other Jurassic Park and other like themes like that. I'm working on my version. In other words, sort of.
Hey,
and I write my own music
them, but not playing
keyboard.
them well.
And I sing high tenor. That also should count for something. That's an instrument. My voice is an instrument, so I sing very well.
He does.
And so I sing very well, and I play the keyboard. Don't know. That's like it counts 0.5. I think. Like I get a half point for. I would get a half point, I think, and then a whole point for is how much I can sing and play keyboard.
So you don't have the voice of an angel. You have the voice of a
He's got the lips of an angel. Nice. Oh,
Wait,
Matthew, why you
if I don't
calling
have
me
the
so
voice of an
lame?
angel, I have the voice of a what? A demigod? Yes, I have the voice of a demigod.
It's kind of hard to talk right now. Matthew, why are you crying? Is everything okay? Whisper, because it can't be too loud. Do you know the song,
Nice.
Matt? I know Daniel knows.
Oh no, I don't know the song. Is that a song?
Yes, it was "Lips of an Angel" by Hinder, maybe circa
Oh,
2008, 2009,
Oh, all ago.
okay.
like oh 07 to 09, I'd say.
So, okay, can I tell a quick funny story? Maybe it's
Certainly,
not
Oh,
funny.
Joel.
Maybe it's an interesting story.
okay.
So I sing high tenor, and I have a whole list of my top 10 favorite songs that are like my best singing songs. My number 2 singing song of all time is "Drops of Jupiter" by Train,
Oh
and
my,
I'm currently
5 points.
yes, and I'll sing you the full version later. And so with "Drops of
Please,
Jupiter"
yes.
by Train, I have self-taught myself to do the piano intro, like just the simple riff of the dun 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 dun, dun just that part
Dude, what an
while I
epic
sing the intro.
epic intro, yes.
Yeah. So, but I have not yet written it, but I want to write like a minute interlude, like a beginning like piano interlude that interludes into dun 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 like the intro. So I want to make an
Okay.
extended intro for that. What
An intro
happened
for
was
an intro.
Mhm. And what happened was I was working at a retreat center for a year and a half. It was 3 summers that I would work at. And for the open mic nights and staff talent shows, I would do different musical performances. I've done quite a few. Got some videos online of that. One year, I came up with my number one best performance I will ever do at this retreat center. It's "Drops of Jupiter" by Train, but it has to be done in Lake Theater because we have Main Hall, we have Lake Theater, and we have the cafe. Those are the 3 places that we do the talent shows, but it needs to be in Lake Theater because Lake Theater has a beautiful grand piano like at the base of the stage, and it has a big stage where I can like jump off at a musical point in the song. And there are also these 2 lights that you can do, these 2 light switches, and all the lights in the audiences will like flicker up and down and make it this huge grandiose number. It's going to be fantastic. So the last year I was there, I'm like, okay, the guy who is in charge of where the talent shows are, it's all based on what classrooms are available or not. And so I was like, hey, I need Lake Theater to do my like grandiose best performance I've ever done at the retreat center. Is it going to be in Lake Theater this time? He said, nope, it's going to be in Main Hall. We had 2 more to go the rest of that year. It's coming in the second time. I go, hey, Lake Theater, are we getting Lake Theater? He's like, no, Main Hall. I was like, so then finally, the last time of the year, I come up, he's like, you better say Lake Theater, don't you? If you say Main Hall again, I'm gonna flip out. You say Main Hall. He goes, Main Hall. I go, ah! So I
What?
left. I've never done the job again. And so now I have this revenge performance, Scott, I've never done ever. That is like bound inside me. One of these years, I need to just go and like visit when there just so happens to be a talent show like in Lake Theater, perform this number as like a special guest star or something, because truly it's my best performance I'll ever do, and I'm very excited to perform it.
Wow, dude. So that we got to make sure that happens.
Yes.
5 points to you for being willing to get up and like you're saying you would actually get up and sing it in front of people, like sing it too.
I would do the performance, and everyone that's in the audience who shows up for the talent show, like I would do it, start out the song sitting on the piano. I do that opening interlude. I do just my voice and me playing the piano during the "Now That She's Back in the Atmosphere, Drops of Jupiter," that part, and then I will go up to the stage at some point, and when you say that first line of "looking for yourself out there," I want the full music to come in, and then sing the
Oh,
rest of the
dude.
song, and jump off the stage at some point, and have the spotlight on me at some point, do big grandiose gestures, change the music. My versions, when I sing songs, are always completely different than the original version. I rewrite and rewrite and rewrite songs that I sing over and over and over and over and over again, and make them their true masterpiece like additions. Like the original song to me is just a template on how to
Sure.
truly make a song.
Okay, so you're getting 5 points for willing to get up there and actually perform that in front of people. That is awesome. And I do have a question for you. Is it true that she walks like summer and talks like rain?
Remind
She
me that
does.
there's room to change.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
because you asked, Lips of an Angel came out April 3rd, 2006. Also,
06, no, I thought it was 07.
yeah,
We just had April 3rd.
apparently, let's see. It's a song by American rock band Hinder, produced and co-written
Hinder.
by Brian Howes and Joseph. No idea how to say that name. It was released April 6th as a second single from their 2005 debut album, Extreme Behavior. Also, Matt, have you ever heard the intro to, probably not, Crossing a Line by Mike Shinoda?
Okay, you're crossing a line there with me, Daniel, because I don't know it.
I can never remember the name. So Scott, the name of the singer from Linkin Park who passed away back in 2008 or 2018.
That was Chester, our good friend Chester Bennington.
So when he passed away, Mike Shinoda was also in Linkin Park, or is also in Linkin Park. When he passed away, he
Correct.
put out this song, the single song, "Crossing a Line." It has hands down one of the most beautiful intro that I've ever heard for a song, because it's just a piano and it's just, I think it's only like 7 notes or something, done so well. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Daniel sent it to
It's
me.
a
I
very
need to listen
all
to
time.
it.
It's a simplistic intro that just tickles my brain in the right way. I love it so much. I love this song.
See, that's Retro Oceans by Fax for me. The intro, it tickles me.
That's Mac Miller song I was telling you about. I'm Not Real. I love the intro to that. It's
Not
like
Real?
piano. Yes, the
Okay.
intro to that, the first few seconds of that, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 seconds, whatever. Piano, violin, it's awesome. It sounds like it's like you can. It's almost like you're waking up, dude, to like a bright sun, like bright skies, and like you can hear the birds chirping. It's amazing.
You're that one has, you think, the best intro? That's your
Well, I'm
favorite
not going to
intro?
say the best. I'm not going to say the best intro, but it is a fantastic intro.
But it's a fantastic intro. Okay.
Yeah, love it, love it. I think you
I don't
guys
know
would
if I-
dig it. Piano, violin, kind of. I think you'd like that portion of it.
I think I can't think of my favorite song that's like my favorite intro of all time, but I will say I can't say my favorite guitar solo of all time. Night Ranger, You Can Still Rock in America.
Nope.
I don't know it.
Don't recognize it.
I know Sister
Neither of you know the
Christian.
song. That song, You Can Still Rock in America by Night Ranger, the single greatest guitar solo of all time. It's like 2.5 minutes long. It goes
I not know this?
all over the place.
I think Hendrix would have
It
something to say about
moves
that.
you
Let's be
and
honest.
swells you, and it builds, and it has layers of keyboards like in the background, like around it. The number one greatest guitar solo of all time, hands down, forever and ever and ever. You Can Still Rock in America, Night Ranger.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to at some point do a part 2 to music, because we
Yes.
didn't even get to talk about like guitar solos and like riffs and shredding. Okay, so anyone listening here, there will be a part 2 to music at some point. I can't tell you if it will be in a week or in a year. I don't know, but at some point there will be a part 2. Should we wrap this one up, boys, and get a little score
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
All right, let's add this up. Daniel, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Daniel has 35 points.
Ooh, he kept it simple with
Matt
5. Nice.
he's got, I keep it simple with 5s. Matt, I think Matt might have you a little bit. 5,
he
10,
crushed
15,
me.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40.
Oh,
Matt 40, Daniel 35. Matt wins by
Just-
5 points.
just made it.
And what did it? What put you over the top? The tiebreaker was willing to get up and do Drops of Jupiter in front of people. Like that's awesome, Drops of Jupiter, what a good song. I know a lot of people
Fantastic.
talk junk about
Okay,
Train.
before we go,
Dude.
do you know the story behind how the song was made?
is this your 30-second winner speech?
Oh yes, my 30-second winner speech. That can be my 30-second winner speech. Are we ready?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Drops of Jupiter by Train was made after the lead artist who sings for Train, his mom passed away. And his idea was, now that she's back in the atmosphere, was the idea that if she was back, what it would be like, that the drops of Jupiter in her hair, and that it's like June, and all the different lines, that few opening lines. It's him describing what it would be like for her to be back. And that's yeah. So if you go back now and listen to the lyrics from that perspective, it makes a lot more sense.
It does.
Okay, see, I thought it was about a past girlfriend or something. Okay.
It makes the song, I always thought it was like some girl he loved or something was back,
an
had
ex.
left, had moved away, but now she's back, and now there's more love in the air, or whatever. I always just viewed it kind of like that because I didn't know. But yeah,
Right.
that is the story behind how the song was made.
Interesting. And I'm going to add on to that another little fun fact is she checks out Mozart while she does Tai Bo. Reminds me that there's time to grow.
Time to grow. Hey.
All
Since
right, we got to sing the song
Stay on
together.
the Moon. Yep, since the return from the Stay on the Moon. She listens like rain.
It's
And
like spring, she
June.
talks like June.
Oh, man, we're gonna get
Because
demonetized.
returning it from
right. We're gonna have to change the months around, change it to August, and
Yep.
We have to sing the song. It sounds like we all know all the lyrics. We're gonna have to do
She talks
like a
like
triple.
December.
All right. Here, I'll make a deal for you guys. When we hit
Okay.
1,000 subscribers, right? The three of us will go out and do karaoke live somewhere.
Yes,
And we'll sing a
yes,
song.
and we will post it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll live stream it. Yes.
Subscribers on Spotify, YouTube. Which one?
Wherever, whichever one we get. Whenever we get to 1,000, right? Not like we have not like 500 here, 500 there. No, the first time any platform hits 1,000, we're gonna go and we're gonna go and do that.
Any platform hits 1,000.
I'm gonna hold y'all to that. That's
all three done, and we'll plan out where we can each sing a line. We can do one line. Sometimes we sing it together. We'll do a whole thing.
Yes, this is awesome. Anybody listening out there, if you want to see us live stream Drops of Jupiter, make sure you subscribe.
Also, I got dibs on Don't Stop Believing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, wait, we're gonna sing more than just Drops of Jupiter?
Of course. Karaoke night.
Karaoke night.
Yes.
We're gonna do a whole karaoke night, and we're gonna film it, right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna put it on the channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how we'll make it. We'll make it work somehow.
Well, then if we're gonna do it that, then if we're gonna do it that way, I'm to Jupiter by train, obviously.
Wait! I thought we were doing that together.
Yeah, we're doing that together.
Okay, we're gonna do all three of that together. Fine. We're gonna do all three of that together, and the song I will call is "Someday" by Rob Thomas.
By Rob Thomas?
"Someday" by Rob Thomas. Which is a
I-
phenomenal anthem.
How do I not know that? Because I know Rob Thomas I know his music.
Yeah, pop quiz. Who is Rob Thomas, the lead singer of what band?
Matchbox 20.
Correct. You get 5 points for my next. You're gonna get 5 points rollover into. I don't know if that's allowed, but I'm hosting next, so you get 5 points for knowing that. Literally, almost no one knows that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you with our next episode. And Matt will be hosting since he won. Congrats, Matt. Love you guys.
Deuces.
Later.